Welcome to the Ashvin Show on the field. Today I am joined by
Marvin Krislov.
Mr. President. So just a quick question, first question. What is your job here at Pace University?
Oh my goodness. Well, I do a lot of things. I help run the place with a team of people. I also see myself as the external face and voice of Pace. So some of what I do is going out, whether it's in the city or Westchester or elsewhere, and talking to people and doing fun things like this with you, which is always hanging out with the students is always one of my great joys.
I really appreciate it. I feel like I was thinking about it earlier today. I think I met you at the beginning of my junior year, and I remember I was doing a big marketing push for my show. I got like stickers made, and I was with my friend, and I saw you. It was like the welcome back party.
Yeah.
So cool. And I was like, I'm gonna give him a sticker. I'm gonna see what happens. I knew you were the president. I was like, oh, like Mr. President. Like, and I remember immediately you took my sticker and you put it on your suit jacket, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. I need to interview this man. So thank you again. I'm so glad you're here.
Well, I'm so glad you're doing this, and congratulations on your graduation.
Yes, thank you. It's been crazy. Last week was the 50th episode of the show, so it's all winding down. It's crazy.
Well, we're going to be able to say we knew you when, because I am betting that you're going to make a mark. I am betting on you.
I won't take that, but I hope so. From your lips to God's ears.
I have pretty good intuition on this.
I appreciate that. So, what's your day-to-day like almost?
So today was an interesting day because I teach on Mondays. So I taught, and then I just finished up a phone call. That's why I was a little late. I apologize. And it was for a reference for a candidate for a job, and then I'm talking to an alum, and then I'm talking to some of my colleagues, and what I do involves a lot of meetings, checking in with people. Now the world of Zoom has opened up a lot, so some of it is done through technology. But sometimes I go places and see things, whether it's in Pace or externally. But it's a lot of running around, and I need to be able to move pretty quickly from one thing to another. And if something happens that needs immediate priority, I need to do that. Yeah. So, it's a job that is exciting and fun and requires me to be pretty adept at trying to juggle things. Fortunately, I have a great team of people around me, so that helps.
I've dealt with a lot of them through this process. So amazing, awesome.
Yeah.
And how does it feel knowing that your title is the president? I was thinking about that. I feel like it would go to my head a little bit. I'm Mr. President. Do you feel presidential? Even the way you describe, you're the face of the school. You're going around. You have to deal with these situations. Do you feel presidential?
It's so funny because I feel, in some ways, not that different than I was. Maybe at your age, maybe in my late 20s, and so sometimes I do feel a little like, what? This is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I like to move things around. I think I'm pretty good at delegating and moving people around, but I don't really think of myself as sort of, at a high, level. That's not the right way to say it. I don't think of myself in the same way we think of the President of the United States.
Of course.
Now, I did work, I don't know if you knew this, but I did work for the President of the United States.
No way.
I did.
Oh my God.
I worked for Bill Clinton.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and I was pretty junior at the time. I worked as a lawyer in the White House counsel's office, and occasionally I would see the President and the First Lady and all those people. And I definitely don't feel the way I don't know what Bill Clinton felt like, but I don't think I feel that same way. But I really do like the idea of being able to help a lot of people, whether it's students or faculty or staff, and that I can say things on behalf of them that I might not be able to if I weren't the president. But I don't really see the president job as, I don't know. I think I see it probably a little more down to earth, and that's the way I try to behave.
Yeah, that's probably much better for your success also. You don't want to...
Yeah, and I don't know. I think we're living in an age where people are more informal. Like in my class, I tell the students that you can call me Marvin. Outside class, maybe president or something like that, but I prefer most people call me Marvin rather than president.
Still human.
I am a human.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Pace?
I really enjoy our students.
Mm-hmm.
I think our students, and that's what really drew me to Pace when I first interviewed here, was the mission, but also the sort of enthusiastic, energetic students who really did want to make a difference and get ahead, and were nice people as well.
Yeah.
Which I think this is a very nice institution in terms of the people, students as well as faculty and staff, and that's very important to me.
Yeah, for sure. My parents went to Pace. So I remember this is something that
I
we've
know,
talked about.
I
Both.
know.
So my mom went here. I think she started in the late '80s. It took her 10 years. She was an immigrant. She was paying for herself out of pocket. Then my dad came in the '90s. He was in graduate school, and they met here. They met. I believe the story goes they were doing a holy function. It was like a holy fashion show. And they were
My
meeting,
gosh.
They met in the student center because my mom was in the dance and my dad was like with his friends. They were walking. And he started like critiquing the dance. He was like, "Oh, I like it, but like maybe change this step or this step." And Mom was like, "Oh, like you're critiquing us. You want to go get some pizza?" Like they went to the cab, they got pizza, and the rest is history. And now I'm here.
So Holy is coming up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Which is one of the most fun things.
Oh
here.
my god, it was so cool. And it's funny because that story's changed over the years so much. Went from the Bali function to a holy function. Now finally, I got to fact check this holy, which I think it's. For the love story, it's a better holiday, honestly. But when you hear these types of stories, these legacy students, how does that make you feel? Like,
I love it.
Isn't it so? Like, how does it make you feel about Pace and like the whole idea of like the Pace legacy, the Pace path, and all that?
I love stories like that. First of all, it says that we have a community of people that are interacting with each other in positive ways. I mean, there's nothing better than falling in love and getting married to someone.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that they chose to, you chose to be here, but they supported that suggests that they feel very positive about their experience. I love these stories.
Yeah.
And, I love hearing them and learning about them. And, maybe one day you'll have children and you'll want to send them to Pace too.
I would love. I like to make fun of my sister because it's my mom, me, and my dad. We all went to Pace. She went to GW University, so we're a Pace family. Like I'm sorry, and she's like, no, we're both. I'm like, no, it's not 50%. It's 75% of us went to Pace.
All right. Well, we just need to work on all the children and grandchildren. And
all the next generations.
Yeah.
I need to make it in 100 years so that when one of my future generations is going to be so rich, they're going to get some floor building named after us, the Kapoor building.
We are definitely open to that discussion. Definitely open.
I appreciate that. Now, I don't know if you can answer this next question, because it might be a little, but it's a big debate on campus among the students. Is Pace the best New York City school?
Ooh. I don't know the other schools.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pace is great, and I think, as I said earlier, I think the spirit here and the kindness, which I saw a lot during COVID, is really hard for me to imagine anybody's better. Every school is going to have some strengths, every school is going to have some weakness, but I think the fact that people are kind to each other and support each other and want others to succeed. And let's face it, this has been a tough period.
Yeah.
COVID's been tough. A lot of people have struggled. New York City has challenges too, and it just feels as though the family here at Pace, and not just the biological family, but the broader family, is really important. And so I'm very proud of what we have here.
Yeah, I definitely agree. As someone, so I'm a senior, so I was here during the COVID years. Of my freshman year, it was like peak 2020 election time, like the bad COVID. Like I've seen it through the phases, and it truly is. I believe, like I haven't attended the other New York City schools, but I love this school. I really do. And just actually talk about that a little bit. I feel like this has been like sort of a transitionary period for Pace. You know, we have the amazing new building that just opened up.
Yes.
Even I remember my freshman year, the Lubin floors in One Pace Plaza were opening
Yep,
up.
West Side, yep.
I've been grateful to see a lot of great openings for Pace. What's that been like, sort of, you from a more like presidential standpoint, like of all wanting to transform Pace and sort of add all these new amazing things?
I mean, it gives me a lot of joy to see the progress that we're making on the West Side, and then 15 Beekman, and you know, the East Side is moving along, and that should be done probably by, what are we saying?
Like 27.
Yeah, probably 27. I don't think we're going to make 26.
Yeah.
But you know, and there's good stuff happening on the Westchester campus as well as the law school campus. And it's not just buildings, but it is buildings say something, and we needed to do some things because buildings all have a certain age, and you know, to improve the technology, improve the design. The One Pace Plaza East is going to be great.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's great,
Yeah.
and it's very nice to be part of it. And you know, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm driving all of it, but definitely, you know, it's on a lot of it's on my watch, so that's great.
That's awesome. Congratulations. So my next question is, why? Do you know why Pace is called Pace University? What does the Pace mean?
So, the room we're in is the Pace study, and that is Homer Pace.
Oh my God!
Now,
that's awesome.
I don't know if your camera can see that. We can.
I'll turn it around.
We can bring him back. And so it was the two Pace brothers, who were British, who wanted to set up an accounting school for people who may not have had some of the advantages. The idea was to open up accounting, which was at that time, and still is, viewed as a really important profession for people to get into the middle class and so forth. And so it came out of that same idea that we have today of opportunitas, really, which is, you know, bringing opportunities to people from all backgrounds, including people who come from less privileged backgrounds, and first generation immigrant students, or just students who just want to get ahead for whatever reason. So the Pace brothers, you know, we're part of it, and it's fun because it's a good name. There's Pace is a good word. Action, and
there's so many puns you can do.
Puns, and you've probably seen our branding campaign. Pace go-getters and pace setters and
pace pads.
Pace, and it shows action and movement and moving forward. Whereas, you know, I can't think of too many other colleges or universities that have a name that connotes action and movement, and it works.
It's awesome. It rolls off the tongue well. I really like it.
Yeah.
So now, just to get a little bit more about New York City campus, you know, that's where I'm from. That's where most of my audience is. What's your favorite Pace building on the New York City campus?
Oh boy!
If you want to include the dorms too, if you've been in them, because I know that's a big debate among the people.
Yeah.
Which one is your personal favorite? It doesn't have to be any specific reason, just the vibes, maybe.
You know what? I like to see activity. So I was thinking about this question, and I like the student center because there's a lot of activity and a lot of things happening.
Yeah. That view also from the student center of the street.
My God! It's beautiful. It links the campus to, you know, New York City so beautifully.
It's awesome.
I really love 15 Beekman. It's been
How could you not?
It's been fantastic, and I think it's given us a real psychological lift.
Yeah.
I think, you know, One Pace Plaza East is going to be really exciting. I'm very enthusiastic about performing arts, and so that'll be great too. So I'd say my favorite place is where people are, and there's good stuff happening. So
I agree. I also like this building, Park Row. This is
Yeah.
I didn't know this one was like. My parents also had this building when they went here. Like this is a nice building.
Right, and this
room.
space we're in now is the Historic Pace Study,
Yeah.
which I had not really been in, and my office is now here, and I've really gotten used to it, and it's nice to see the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah. Oh.
So
It's awesome. Yesterday I was driving. My aunt was driving me home from Jersey. And we were on the FDR Drive, and I was talking to my sister. I was like, "This is the Pace area, like the Pier 17, Brooklyn Bridge." We were pointing out the Tin Building. I was like, "This is my campus," and like, it truly is. I'm proud of this area. It's a nice area.
It's a great location because it's so centrally located. Both the east and west side subways come into There's City Hall, Wall Street.
Everything, like the pier, the pier is, I think, one of the most underrated parts of our area.
I know that students go there, but it feels as though we could do even more with that. And I've been looking for ways for us to try to do more in that area, and I'm going to continue to work on that.
As you should. It's beautiful. Just the water, it's just something about it. It just brings humanity almost. And all right, so one of my final Pace-related questions.
Yes.
What are you most excited about for the future of Pace and your time at Pace?
Well, I will be pleased when the renovation of East is done. There's a lot of new programs that are starting, and I'm looking forward to that. We have a lot of relationships that are still in the early stages, and I can't really talk a lot about them, but I am excited that is sort of the wave of the future, that Pace has always been connected to the city, for New York obviously, but also institutions around it, and I think that is really what sets us apart from a lot of other institutions, the connections with whether it's nonprofits or corporations or whatever it is, government, and I think that there's more and more room for us to build that. So there's some things I'm working on, and some of them will work out, some of them may not, but I just think there's a lot of potential in this place. I think because we're big enough to handle a lot, but small enough to have the more personal experience and to be a little more nimble. I think we're well positioned to do that.
That's awesome. I can't wait to look back on this interview, and I'm gonna be like, that's what he meant when I see all the great announcements that we're gonna do. Because I have faith in you guys. You guys are doing great stuff. You guys got it.
Thank you.
So now, this is maybe a little personal question, but have you heard the Ashvin Show before this?
I have.
That means a lot to me. Well, one thing that we love to do on the Ashvin Show is we love to play games. I love to make up little games, just random ones. So I have a couple here, and I think we told you, but you don't know the answers to these questions. So these are authentic. So the first game is this a senator or is this a superhero? So I'm going to read you a name, and you have to tell me, what do you think this is, a senator or a superhero? And I love playing this game because people are always like, I can't tell it all. So maybe you'll know, but we'll see. All right?
Okay.
So first one.
Okay.
Is this a senator or is this a superhero? Kent Nelson.
I think that's a superhero.
Superhero, okay. That is correct. You're correct. That is Dr. Fate.
I'm probably going to be a little stronger in the senators.
Yeah.
So that was sort of process of elimination. But okay.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Is this a senator or is this a superhero? Angus King.
He is a senator. He is from the senator from Maine.
Yeah.
And he is independent.
Yeah.
But he caucuses with the Democrats.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I teach in this area. So
I thought about that. I was like, he's gonna know. All right.
Senators are good for me.
Yeah. All right. We'll do one more. Right?
Okay.
Is this a senator or is this a superhero?
Okay.
Max Dillard.
That is definitely not a senator, so it's got to be a superhero.
It is. All right.
Yes.
You're doing pretty well. All right. We'll move on to the next game. Right.
Okay.
The next game is one of my personal favorites. Ash Truth or Ash Lie. So this is more of an opinion, I guess. So I'm going to read a statement or a question, and you tell me whether you think it's an Ash Truth or an Ash Lie. And if you don't want to answer, you can plead the Ash Fifth. All right. So first one.
Okay.
Pace is an amazing school. Ash Truth or Ash Lie?
Ash Truth.
Agreed. Pace has the best students. Ash Truth or Ash Lie?
We're going to say Ash Truth.
All right. Pace is transforming to be an amazing school for people in this 21st century. Ash Truth or Ash Lie?
Ash Truth.
All right, and the final one. The Lupin School of Business is the best school at Pace. Ash Truth or Ash Lie? Or plead the Ash myth.
I think we could do the Ash myth.
All right. Marvin Krislov, Mr. President, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. My name is Ashvin Show. This is the Ashvin Show on the road. I'm once again here to remind you, no matter how bad it gets, it always gets better. Thank you so much for doing this, and get home safe. That's how I end every episode, so every little thing. So, yeah, that's it. Cut. This is awesome.
That was great.
Sir.
You're really good. You're
Thank
really
you.
good.